talk about how pursuing my healing and trying to make sense of some very horrible, heinous things that happened to me in my youth led me to being a dominatrix. Trigger warning. We about to get real deep. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite auntie uncle. It's your favorite pirate captain. It's your favorite goddess king. It's your favorite hood healer, high priestess, motivational dominatrix, LadySpeech in the place to be, and I want to welcome you back to my channel. You could be anywhere in the world. As a matter of fact, you are somewhere in the world, and you're also choosing to share a bit of time and a bit of space with me. So thank you, thank you, thank you for that. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you're feeling any of this, if you're feeling any of me, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notifications bell so you can keep up with everything I'm putting down over here, baby. Now, let's get into today's video, shall we? Before we get deeper into today's video, I want to reiterate, trigger warning. I am a survivor of child exploitation, child rape, and child molestation. And in answering of today's question, we're going to talk a little bit about my past and my history. This is your opportunity to go and visit another video of mine if this is too triggering for you. And if this is something that you choose to watch, please take care of yourself and know that I am taking care of me. Now, let's take a deep dive and talk about how I came into this life. Welcome back to another installment of Ask LadySpeech. This question comes from another YouTube video, actually, and it is from a year ago. So y'all have patience. Sometimes I don't respond to some of your questions because I'm going to answer them in an Ask LadySpeech video. It might take me a year or two, but I'm gonna get to it, baby. I'm gonna get to it, baby. So this question comes from Deanne Foster, and this was up under another Ask LadySpeech video. And this question is, how did I happen on the dominatrix lifestyle? What a juicy question. Fortunately for you, I have a juicy answer. Before I get into my how, let me talk about my why. One of the reasons why I'm so public about my participation in the world of BDSM, especially from the dominatrix perspective, is because I'm passionate about the way this world can be used to heal. I use this world, first and foremost, to produce and facilitate pleasure. For pleasure and joy is a revolutionary act, and there is so much pleasure and joy in this world. The biggest reason why I participate in this world is because it has been incredibly healing for me. And as a healer, it has become one of the best, biggest, and most refined tools in my toolbox that I use to help facilitate healing with and in others. This world has helped me to address pain. It has helped me to address trauma that has come from abuse. It is also something that has helped me to address historical trauma and historical pain. This is something that I use to address and heal and facilitate healing in myself and others when it comes to ancestral pain, when it comes to ancestral debts, also individual pain. I have watched this world shift me in some of the most profound ways. This world has made me a better friend. It's made me a better lover. It's made me a better partner. It's made me a better student. It's made me a better teacher. It's made me a better person. I'm passionate about this world. I'm passionate about this world. I'm passionate about this world that I'm so upfront and out loud with the fact that I participate, because so much of this world has been demonized. I also am out loud about how I participate in this world because there are so many predators. The predators that are in this world, they are plentiful and they are loud. So I wanted to lend my voice in the opposite direction. If the predators can be so loud in this world, well, so should the healers. My why of why I participate in this world, why I'm so loud about my participation in this world, is because this could be used and has been used by so many, not just to bring joy, but to connect dots, but to heal deep wounds on a personal and ancestral level. This is my why. My why is because it's fun. My why is because it brings me joy. My why is because it has helped me heal and it helps me heal others. I am protective of this world. I am protective of this world because it's precious to me. I'm protective of this world because I know firsthand how it is used to hurt and damage people. So now that I've told you a little bit about my why, because darling, I could talk about this for hours and hours and hours. Now that you get a little bit about my why, now that you understand that I use this world to address pleasure, joy, healing, and even critical race theory, let's talk about the how I got into this world and the path that led me to being a dominatrix. My introduction into this world was brutal and ugly. I was introduced to the world of BDSM at the age of 5 by one of my abusers. He was my babysitter's brother. He used impact play. He tied me up. He used other elements of the world in his abuse of me. This world was given to me in the worst possible way. My babysitter's brother wasn't the only one or the last one to misuse or mishandle me. However, he was the only one to use specific tools and elements of this world to abuse me. Every single one of my violations fucked me up. But the way he used this world to dismantle and destroy me is profound in its depravity. I was an intellectual child. I'm an intellectual person. I love to read. I learned to read at 3. And my thirst for books and for knowledge, it got real ferocious the older I got. For me, the older I got, I needed to make sense of what was happening to me, what had happened to me. I needed to make sense. And there was no adults in my world who could have an open, honest conversation with me. There was no adult in my world who I could trust. So I turned to books. I turned to video. I turned to cable. I was on a quest. I was on a mission to make sense of this world that had been used to destroy me. I wanted to understand why my violators did what they did to me. I wanted to understand this world, and I wanted control. My sensuality, my sexuality, my body was awakened years before it was ready, and it was not under my control. I wanted control. I wanted knowledge, and I wanted control. I wanted to understand, and I wanted control. I did what a lot of survivors do for a part of my childhood. Sometimes in order to survive heinous situations, you forget. Your mind tucks your trauma into a nice little drawer and pushes that drawer in, and then barricades the vessel that that drawer is a part of. And then you just forget what happened. Around about 15 years old, I had a traumatic event happen to me that opened up that doorway. When I was younger, I worked hard to distance myself from some of the things that happened to me because it was so messed up. When I was younger, there's parts of me that didn't have to work hard because the trauma was so deep. My brain just did what it needed to do to protect me. At 15, the lid was blown off of all of that. At 15, I began to remember specific interactions, specific experiences that happened to me. And I doubled down on my mission to read and to research and to make sense of what happened to me and to gain control. And that is when I encountered the deep world of Dominatrix life. When I encountered the world of dominance and submission, something clicked inside of me. Something made sense inside of me. And both sides of the equation made sense inside of me. The submissive aspect made sense because that's how I'd been trained from 5 years old. The dominance aspect clicked to me because, number one, I've always been a natural born leader. And number two, I was actively seeking control. And I saw that life as a way to gain control over my sensuality, my sexuality, my body in a way that I had never experienced before. So I studied, and I studied, and I studied, and I studied. And then, when I was 18, and away from my parents and my whole entire family, I begun to play. Those first few years were amazing and life-changing and beautiful and divine, and also very, very, very destructive. And there came a point in that early play where I recognized that I was in dangerous territory. There came a point in that early play when I started encountering a lot of predators in the community. There came a point in that early play where I had a moment of clarity and self-awareness, and I was able to say, you know what? You might need to step away and do some intensive healing for a while, because one of two things are going to happen, or two of two things are going to happen. But you're not walking away without either both of these things or one of these things happening. Number one, you are going to attract the worst of the worst of the worst doms, and who are really predators masquerading as doms. You're going to attract that, and you're going to get into a situation where your life is in danger. Or number two, you are going to become the predator. You are going to become the predator, and you are going to prey on people in the wrong ways. I understood at that moment in my life, my healing wasn't where it needed to be. The power that I was being offered was so intoxicating, and I did not have the emotional nor the spiritual maturity to handle it. So I stepped back. I stepped back and I committed myself to healing. To intensive healing, because I wanted to be better in all aspects of my world, but especially in that world. There was pleasure to be had here. There was joy to be had here. There was healing to be had here. And I wanted to experience all of that at its pinnacle. So I stepped back and I did some healing, and I did some more studying. And now, fast forward years later, here we are. So the short answer to all of this is, I became a dominatrix. I found my way to the dom life via healing and the seeking to understand how and why this world was used to hurt me. That is how I came into this world. That is how I came into this world. Now, let us return to the why. Let us return to the why. Do you understand now why I am so protective of this world? This world has been integral to me becoming my full and best self. This world was integral in destroying who I was at my core. I took something that was a weapon. I grabbed the knife by the blade. I learned how to use it and wield it in the name of healing. I am public about my participation in this world because I want other survivors to know that they can gain control, and you don't have to do it by being a dominatrix. You don't have to do it by pursuing this lifestyle. But what I want other survivors to know is not only can you reclaim your peace, but you can also reclaim yourself. You can reclaim your joy. You can reclaim your pleasure. And this sexuality, sensuality, something that is a gift that was used to hurt you, can be reclaimed as the gift it was always meant to be in your world. I am public and I am protective of this world for these reasons. I know firsthand what it means to be destroyed by it. And you know something? I know firsthand what it means to heal people with it. I know firsthand what it means to help people move through generational cycles with this world. I know firsthand what it means to watch people move through the abuse that they've experienced and come to a place of empowerment with this world. I have watched it within myself and I facilitate it in others. I am protective in public for these reasons. And that's that on healing. And that's that on that. If you made it to the end of this video, first and foremost, aftercare. 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 I wouldn't be a proper dom unless I said it. This was a heavy subject. This is a heavy subject, and this is going to sit with some of y'all in a real raw way. So please take care of yourself and know that I'm taking care of me as well. I want to thank you for asking the question, D. Foster. I want to thank you for that because it gave me an opportunity to share this aspect with you all in a way that I think is very healing and positive. At least it's been so for me. So again, aftercare, aftercare, aftercare. And also, if you made it to the end of this video, gold star. Thank you so much for listening, for paying attention, for supporting, for being here, for holding space for my story. And I hope and pray you are empowered to speak your truth. I speak my truth in hopes that other people will inspire to speak their truth, to own their truth. I own every aspect of who I am. The good, the bad, the ugly, the trauma, and in between. I own every aspect of who I am because it has made me who I am. And I happen to love this person. I happen to love everything about who I am. Are there things to heal and improve? You damn skippy there are, and I'm working on it. But I love me. And I am made up of all of these parts. So, on that note, I didn't want to take up all your time. I just wanted to take up a little bit of your time. Thank you so much for tuning into this edition of Ask Lady Speech. Just in case no one has told you today, you are a wonderful specimen, a divine being of light, joy, pleasure, and beauty. Never forget it, darling. Never forget it, darling. Now, you know the drill. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you are feeling any of this, if you're feeling any of me, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe, baby. Make sure you hit the notifications so you can understand, so you can know, so you can keep up with everything that I got going on over here. Now, you go ahead and have you a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, a good middle of the night, a good whenever you encounter this, a good day, a good weekend, a good week, a good year, a good decade, a good life. And I'm going to see you, God, Goddess, Creator, ancestors, Loa, Spirit, guides, guardian, angels willing, in the next video. I love you. I live you. Thank you. Peace.